warm good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Evening Review Show. I'm Matthias Ofiku, your host for tonight's show. Well, elections are but a few months away, and all the parties are gearing up for that big election fever. Of course, campaigns are already underway. Some parties are still getting their house in order as far as electing their candidates and putting their list together is concerned. One such party is the National Unity Democratic Organization, NUDO. We have in studio tonight Mr. Rirua Komeheke. He calls himself a sympathiser of NUDO. Mr. Komeheke, good evening and welcome.
Good evening. Thank you once again.
Well, it's always good to have you on the show.
I enjoy my time here.
Yeah, let's dive right into things. There has been some not really hostilities per se, but reservations from NUDO sympathizers, as you call them, regarding the manner in which the party is doing things as far as setting up branches and other structures within the party is concerned. Can you just touch on that a bit?
Let me locate myself first before we answer your question. Let me locate myself by saying I am a NUDO sympathizer. I tell NUDO fellow sympathizer that my grandmother and my mother in 1964, they both got membership cards of NUDO, and I inherited their membership cards. They both no more. They passed on. So that I want to locate myself. I want to deal with the issue of locus standi already now. Yeah. So that we put that one out of the way. Talking about 1964, it immediately brings to mind where it all started. So we're going back to 1947 with Hosea Kutako, the late Paramount Chief, the petitioning the United Nations, the continuation of the war of resistance that at one point became a liberating, petitioning and so forth and so on. So definitely at that point already, it was necessary for Hosea Kutako to have a political realm, and on that basis, we kept the light going. And whenever we realized that this light is about to be dampened, we participate. Yeah. That's why we are participating now. That's why we are saying we can't have an individual appear to be taking decisions for NUDO while we have structures of NUDO Constitution 16.4 that are very clearly stipulated in there. The Constitution section 16.4 is unequivocal. It's very clear. So those entities should be doing their work and not an individual and not a group of 2, 3, 4, 5 persons who wish to do that. Therefore, we are saying the sympathizers now, we are saying let's stop everything. Let's stop the branches that are being established, which is a preparation for the Congress, the imminent Congress. Yeah. Let's go back to the branches. Let's establish who did what at these branches. Because I can say with confidence that there will be few to answer that question as to who did what at this branch. Why should this person be a coordinator? Why should this person be a branch, chairperson, etc., etc.? So let's finish that part first. Let's go back to the membership. Let's establish the membership at the branch before we start talking about NUDO Congress, because the Congress consists of people who are members, who are active members, who are paid up members, who are in good standing with the party. Otherwise, we are slowly going nowhere, like Professor Disho would say. Yeah. Slowly moving nowhere. That's basically, I did two things now. I posited myself, I located myself, and then I helped you to understand that whatever is being done now in NUDO for the sympathizers is not helping us. Yeah.
I remember in one of our earlier conversations, you mentioned that in your view, NUDO doesn't have a database. But the party says otherwise. How do you know the party doesn't have a database?
Let's look at, flip it this way. Every other political party has a spokesperson. Does NUDO have one? Let's start there. NUDO doesn't have a spokesperson. Who's the spokesperson for NUDO? They don't have. So whoever spoke about database being available or not has got a head office to answer to. in Windhoek, in Clemens Kapoor Street. He should submit. He should show the people. By the way, I suspect there will be a meeting of the National Council in recent future. And definitely he must submit the database there. 1. 2, the database will be proven by the paid up membership, the people who have paid. If you withdraw, if you extract a bank statement from Bank Windhoek, I think they bank with Bank Windhoek. If you extract a Bank Windhoek from a statement from there to show how much money was deposited from the members who paid last January, because the membership, according to the Constitution, is from January beginning to the end of December of that particular year. That's a full membership time.
Yeah.
So those things, they should be proving to the members of the National Council that, look, because already we're told to bring a financial statement that is proper. They were working on it. There was a committee established to work on these things. So definitely, in the next National Council meeting, they will have a mountain to climb to prove beyond a reason of a doubt that they have a database. And before I finish that sentence, I want to say, I'm very worried that even those who are saying NUDO has a database, I want to challenge them to show that they are even on that database themselves, or they are paid up members, or they are in good standing. That's my respectful submission on that one.
Yeah. Some people will also ask, but why are these things only coming up now? Is it because Congress is coming? Where were those sympathizers who are concerned about the database this whole time?
I want to go slow on this one because I want a lot of people to to come with me on this one. You see, if you're on social media, or a lot of things that you read today or these days or nowadays, they would say we are fixing a country. We are fixing what Hosea Kutako left behind. We are fixing those things. One of them is NUDO. We are fixing this thing. We are out there to fix this thing so that this thing have got a greater meaning to the what is this other word? To the organic members and sympathizers of NUDO. So this is the right time, not any other time, as far as the sympathizers are concerned.
Yeah. You of course are one of the sympathizers who feel that former NFA Secretary General Barry Rukoro should be allowed to contest and run to lead the party. Is this what it's all about?
I think that's your question 1 was the one about that I just answered. Question 1 sub A is this one, the one of Barry. I must confess that too many of fellow Namibians know little about us, about Ova Herero. Ova Herero, they are tight. They are nucleus. They are very nucleus. We know each other very well. We know who would be able to do what at a given time. And as time went on, and given the dynamics, it became easily for us to understand that this is not what we wanted. But then what they speak and what they say, what is out there as foot soldiers, it's clear that NUDO can only do so much for us if a persona of Rukoro's caliber is Barry Rukoro caliber is the next president of NUDO. And mind you, these things are made by the led. These decisions are taken by the led. Like I remember a song by Siki Mali, give the people what they want. If the people want democracy, give them democracy. If the people want capitalism, give them capitalism. If the people want Barry to lead, give them Barry without any questions, because it's the people. The people means from 100 people, if 60 say Barry, please let us not deliberate on that. Yes, the structure must adjust itself so that it makes provision for Barry Rukoro, just like it adjusted itself to make provision for Esther and everyone else before Esther. As simple as that.
Yeah, but why should the structure make provision for them? You just contest, and if the people want you, You will emerge.
I just said that if the people want you, and that's what the people are saying. That's what the prospective congregants in that Congress are saying. They want him. So let's go for him, because now you have two things to worry about. You have to worry about the database that you said is not there, and you have to worry about the probability there is that Barry will be able to prove beyond the reason of a doubt that he's a NUDO member. So the moment that takes place, you are left with one thing to do. What is that? To resign, because you are not honorable anymore.
Yeah.
Because the man is saying, I'm a member of NUDO since time immemorial, and boom, here's my proof. What do? You resign, because in fact, that's why NUDO is in a quagmire now. It's because it's because of the leadership.
Yeah.
And Barry is a member. He has spoken to us beyond the reason of a doubt.
No, so has he met with the party's leadership to say, here's my membership?
No, but it was up to the party to prove that everybody else is here on a database except Rukoro. The onus was on them.
No, but the onus is also on him to speak for himself, not others.
No, but he proven to us. We know that he's a member, so we are fine with it. Now it's for the person who wrote, who typed that, who sent that letter. I don't know.
Yeah, but Mr. Komeheke, there's a leadership that's running the affairs of the party. Mr. Rukora cannot prove himself to you. You are just a sympathizer. You don't lead the party.
No, but everybody else is a sympathizer. I submitted that respectfully and with the anticipation that this conversation will get here, so that we know that NUDO has sympathizers more than members. Even some of the leadership, they are not paid up members.
But these are the people who are elected to run the affairs of the party.
Exactly. But what happened now, what became difficult now is they cannot jump this hurdle to prove beyond the reason of a doubt that they are members, paid up members, because that has not been the case. So we have two wrongs that are making something right here. That's why slowly we are going nowhere, if I may repeat myself. That's where we are now. And the sympathizers are asking for, they have questions. Can we answer these questions for the sympathizers? Not establishing branches before we have done that. Yes.
Mr. Komeheke, we'll wait for a short break and we'll be back to continue the second half of the show. To our viewers, wait for a short break. Stay tuned.
Get real value for your money at Vurman Brock. Buy 2 kg Real Good chicken portions for $89.99. 2 liter Fanta assorted for just $17.99. 1 liter fruit tree juice for $18.99. 1 kg Reef 2-in-1 washing powder for $38.99. And 2 liter WB Deluxe Bubble Bath for $33.99. See all our specials online at www.vurmanbrock.com. We care.
Welcome back from the short break. Mr. Komeheke, to continue our conversation, you've mentioned that the sympathizers have these hanging questions for the party's leadership, for them to display the database if it exists. But as a sympathizer, you and other sympathizers, what rights do you have? You are not even members of the party.
You know what? That's why I said too many of fellow Namibians know little about us. Look, this party was carried by sympathizers all the time, to an extent that it got to a point where it was rescued by private persons who belong to other political parties, but who could help the party in any which way, financially, intellectually, and so on and so forth. So please, when we're talking about NUDO, we should talk about NUDO as a special case. It is a special case, NUDO. It's an extraordinary case. It's not like you say, no, you are not a member of NUDO, so please shut up. No, they would go to a private person like Matthias and say, well, look, we are struggling, we want to campaign, we don't have money, we thought we were going to get money from the government, the parliament through the electoral commission or something, and now we need $300,000, please, if you could stand in for us. Somebody who's not a NUDO member. So these are the people who are speaking. These are the people who have made it easy for the voters to understand what it is about. And these people They're not even sympathizers. Sympathizers are people like us, like me. Those of us who inherited membership cards. I can't get a membership card now because I'm not one of the best persons for at the moment, for as far as the leadership is concerned.
But if you tried and it was rejected.
No. I mean, I know. I know. Now I can't get a membership card from the leadership that is there, but I would like to have my membership card and proudly, displayed along the two that I have I inherited from my mother and my grandmother. So NUDO is not a party of limited to the membership alone, because other people, they also know that NUDO is our party. It's like our equipment. We are going to use it at any given point, but not in the current situation.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what would then differentiate between a member and a sympathizer if all of them have the same rights?
No.
Why would I then pay membership fees for the party?
I would not go to a national congress. I would not go to a national council. I would not go to a branch meeting. You follow. But I would want to see NUDO succeeding. I would want to see NUDO delivering what the members want delivered. And once we finish that hurdle, which is, can we establish the membership now? Can we establish the active membership activity, list now before we start talking about the Congress, which we don't know even when it will take place. Maybe April 27, as it was promoted, or what's name pronounced, or maybe somewhere in July or something. But what we are saying is that let's fix NUDO first and foremost. The time remaining before the elections don't matter. What matters is, let's fix NUDO and then take it up from there.
Yeah.
So a sympathizer like me, and let me take a chance and say Dr. Shibanganjara, for example. We want NUDO to succeed. That's why we are in. That's why we are in the mud now. We are saying, look, by all means, let's fix the party.
Yeah. So in your view, how did NUDO get to this stage where it needs fixing, as per your earlier sentiments?
I have to be very frank. I need to be very frank. I was frank all the time, but now I have to pronounce myself that I'm frank. NUDO was our baby. NUDO was, it is our party. So we had too many people who would do this or that, but in the interest of the party, but maybe subtly with for their own end. So eventually, when people realized that, man, are these people even doing anything for us? And by that time, when they woke up to realize that, I don't think these people are for us, it was a spilled milk.
Yeah.
That's why we are here. And the governance, I don't want to say the imaginary governance, the real governance, how to govern this or that. It's open for everybody else to see that we can be friends, but when it comes to governance, we are going to do work, finish that part, and go and do our fights. Like you and I, when we fight, see, we are here talking. We do our fights and then we work. Yeah. So we have to fix those things. The governance that must be fixed. There is no way you can have a branch that does not have people active. So from there onwards, everything else is haywire. So that's why we got here. Just ask anybody from NUDO, sympathizers. Ask them, what is your branch? What are you doing at your branch? And ask people who are members of the branch now, who are voted into the branch now. Ask them what they were doing before they were voted into these branches. And what was the branch doing? Have you seen any braai happening because of a particular branch in Komeheke region, in Oshinene or something? The branch there is fundraising for the party because we have elections coming, campaigning, etc., etc. Have you seen that? It's not there. So at one point, NUDO was this, our thing, that child that is in the house that you don't even know what the child is doing, but the child is there passing, the child is there having friends, the child is there going to university, etc., etc. But when you wake up to see, is this child, then you realize that no, something is not right here. You see, something is not right with NUDO, it must be fixed. This is the right time.
Yeah. Would you say there's still, you've just indicated that the time before elections doesn't matter, but it does matter? Because the way you are describing NUDO right now, it's as if you basically have to start from scratch.
I wanted to stand up and answer that question for sake of respect, but I'll remain seated. You see, somebody said the same thing, which I wanted to extend by saying, the time they are afraid that if we continue this, if we change the direction of the party now, they are worried that we end up having an excuse that the party should at least remain under the same leadership because there's no time for this or that.
Yeah.
This is what my answer to that was. Look, colleagues, we are not going to say NUDO is going to campaign the whole country. We only need 30 minutes on Radio Oshirero and 10 minutes on NBC TV or your TV to have reached to everyone. And that's enough, because you see, we are born NUDO-ish. So we don't need campaign. All we have is only 4 issues to address in this country.
Yeah.
We only 4 issues: Genocide, Land Act, Traditional Authority, and Central Procurement Board Act. That's all we have to address in this country. Then everything else is right for us.
Yeah.
Everything else will be fine. That's it. We only have 4 issues to address.
Yeah.
We don't have 110 things to address. We don't have to campaign the whole country. We know that our people and the people who will vote for NUDO, we know where they are. We use the radio and that's about it. What more do we want? Otherwise, we speak Podondiro when somebody passed on at weddings, hey, what, family gatherings. We tell each other to vote wisely. So we don't need a lot of time to do that. The people know that NUDO is going to be fixed and NUDO is going to do, what it's supposed to do. We only need 5 seats in parliament. That's it.
Yeah.
Like I remember Kashiwongwa, one day, late Kashiwongwa would say, when it was about majority this, majority that, and he was called, you are a member of a minority, you. And he said, my friend, I'm equal to 10 of you. So 5 of us are enough to go to parliament. We don't need a lot of seats. We are going to do enough for those 4 issues that we want to address, period.
Yeah.
Yes, my brother.
Over Rirua Traditional Authority, the current split within OTA, do you see it impacting NUDO's performance in the polls in any way?
I'm looking for a nice word. The fragility of NUDO at that point is why we are here. If it was not for NUDO, we wouldn't be here. So let's fix NUDO. Then everything else will fall into place. Very simple.
You think OTA will fall into place if NUDO is sorted?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because some people will say we are on this particular person side. If you are a political party at this given time and you are so heroish, it was wrong for you to have chosen a side as a political party. You're supposed to be completely neutral, because you get your votes from where? From the same people that are throwing stones at each other. So what do you do if you are Einstein smart? You stay neutral, so that you get your voting block. Now, the people who are claiming to have chosen a particular side, they have seen how dire necessary it is for them to fight to get the people back. They went to Swakopmund. It was clear that the people don't want you. The other weekend, they went to Swakopmund. The people don't want you. The people, they know who they want. You can go to Okahanja this weekend. The people are gathering in Okahanja. The people are gathering in Okahanja. So it's very clear. It was wrong for NUDO leadership to have chosen a side in this quagmire, if you want. It was wrong. So, but the result is very clear. The people don't want you. We were in Tuathitha, Komongwa.
Yeah.
It was very clear that the people don't want you. Yes.
So, Professor Mushinde Kashiwa, and you've been a great proponent of his leadership of OTA. Then there's the faction of Dr. Jose. Do you see this transcending into the party to say, because the party is led by someone who's from Professor Kashiwa's faction or from Jose's faction, I'll not vote for NUDO? Do you see that? Do you see that playing out? If the love for NUDO is so much, will people not have the sanity to be bigger than the current situation to say, let me vote for my party regardless of what's happening here? Maybe make us understand that.
You see, Matthias, you know what? Like in any other institution, I want to borrow this word and say, the voice of the people is of cardinal importance. The voice of the people amongst the Overherero, they have spoken twice. In Onderombapa, they have said, we want this person as our paramount chief. the voice of the people have spoken again in Otuathitha when they said, we don't want you to speak to us because we have made a choice. And maybe let me chip in 3 there quickly to say, the people also, they have spoken when they said after the National Council that took place recently, that despite all that, we are determined. We want to vote NUDO for all we can, but not with the current leadership. So when you're talking about a herero-ness or the entire hererority, you want to say 9 people or 10 people from the top leadership of NUDO now. Let me borrow the word and say, even if we throw them under a bus, it won't matter. It's a small fraction, because the totality is saying we want to vote NUDO, but not in the current leadership, because the current leadership seems to have chosen a side when it didn't need to. And that's about it, Matthias. That's about it. I guarantee you, March 21st, 2025, you're going to see a difference. We're going to have 5 members of parliament from NUDO, first ever member of parliament from NUDO, because all these people who are tired of the current leadership, they're going to vote. We can't do it like the guy at Mix. No, we can't do it that way. We are going to the voting booths, and we are going to change the status quo. As simple as that.
Okay.
5, I'm telling you now, today is what? 9. Is it 9?
April.
9 April.
I'll hold you to it.
Yes. Ask me.
We'll be sitting here again.
Voila.
And I don't want you to come with excuses.
Please ask me again. We are going to fix NUDO, and we are going to take 5. We're going to take 5 seats from the rest from parliament. 96 are they?
Yeah.
Yes. Then 89 the other people can take.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, Mr. Komeheke, thank you very much for your time this evening.
Anytime. I enjoy my time here.
It's good having you here.
All right. Thank you.
To our viewers, that's it from the Evening Review team. Have a pleasant evening. See you again tomorrow, same time, same place.